Hey guys, this is Catherine with Oracle Intuitions. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. This is your weekly energy reading for June 14th to the 21st. So we're taking a look into the energies of the mind, body, and spirit, as well as relationships, with a closing message from the universe. But remember that time is irrelevant in the spirit world. So these could be energies of things that could possibly, be coming. They could be current energies, or they could be a validation from spirit of something that you've just recently went through. I wanted to get back into where I'm doing the Monday to Thursday readings with a element for each day. So Mondays are going to be our earth signs, which is Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Tuesdays are going to be our water signs with Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. Wednesdays are going to be our air signs with Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. And Thursdays are our fire signs with Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo. Now, if you're seeking a personal reading, please contact me at oracleintuitions.com, or you can go to my Facebook page at Oracle Intuitions or my Instagram page at Oracle_Intuitions. Also, make sure that you subscribe and click like on this video. If you subscribe, we actually do free weekly readings on my channel on Wednesdays. So these are for our subscribers. Now, we do go by donation as well. Okay, so usually the donations, people that have donated, we do look into their reading first. But we also have a lottery for our subscribers. And this is where you can submit a question, and my co-host and I, we answer it on the air. So this is a live, this is a live mini reading. Also on Sunday, and this is, sorry, I should tell you, 6 o'clock Mountain Time is when we do the live mini readings, all right? But on Sundays, we also do a live interview show with special guests that have a spiritual element. So these could be psychics, tarot readers, paranormal investigators, anybody that has a spiritual connection. And these are at 2 o'clock on Sundays. So make sure that, again, click subscribe, click like, share the video if this has resonated with you. We look forward to seeing you, throughout the week, and also on our live shows. So today, for this particular reading, we're going to be using the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. This is by Colette Baron-Reid. We're also going to be using the Oracle of the Seven Energies, again by Colette Baron-Reid. We're going to be using the Wisdom Angel Tarot by Radley Valentine, and we're going to be using the fortune reading cards. Unfortunately, I do not know who created them. Thank you so much for watching, and have an amazing week. Take care. Virgo, welcome to your weekly reading for June 14th to the 21st. We're taking a look into the energies of the mind, body, and spirit, as well as relationships, with a closing message from the universe. Please remember that these are general readings, so they may not resonate with everyone, but I do suggest that you take a look into your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs as they come out on my channel throughout the week, all right? Also remember that these could be upcoming future energies. They may be current energies, or they could be energies from the recent past, and you're just receiving a validation from spirit, all right? So let's take a look and see what is coming through for Virgo at this time. All right, Virgo. In the mind, we have the King of Wands. So it talks about motivational, inspiring, theatrical, ambitious. Take a leadership role. Step into the spotlight. Public speaking, keeping your eyes on the big picture, or communicate your vision. Don't be sensitive to criticism. It's interesting when that King of Wands comes through. This is really talking about somebody who knows what it is that they want, what it is that they're trying to achieve, and what it is that they're striving for. So in your mind space, in your mental space, you could be, really determining, what is my next step? Or maybe you've already come up with a plan and you're ready to head towards it. So then in the body, external circumstances, we have the Six of Pentacles. And it talks about the good you do comes back to you. An unexpected inflow of abundance, borrowing wisely, or paying off a debt, sharing your wealth with others less fortunate. And message from spirit is the Seven of Swords. A loss of peace of mind or personal freedom. Take caution and be aware of others' actions. A material loss. Make sure you are being honest with yourself, and embarrassing secret. So what I'm getting here from with this card from Spirit coming through. I feel like for some of you, you may be in a place where you felt that you were just giving too much. Okay, maybe you were giving too much, or maybe you felt like you were taking too much. Again, take that as it resonates with you. All right, it feels as though for some of you there may not have been an equal exchange of energy, especially with the seven of swords coming in. And I feel like for some of you this could possibly be a validation in regards to that seven of swords coming through. I think Spirit is saying to you, look, it's time to focus on you. Maybe you're one of those people that just give and give and give from the heart, but it feels like, for some of you may not be receiving that back. Or maybe, hey, let's turn that around. Maybe you're just receiving and receiving and receiving, and you feel that you haven't given an equal exchange. Again, just take that as it resonates. What Spirit is saying to you is to have that fire and that strength and that energy to now really focus on you. Do you still need exterior help from somebody, especially if there's been an unequal exchange? Or do you need to keep giving towards something where that equal exchange is just not happening? I feel like, within your mind space, you've had enough. Okay, whether you've been relying on somebody or whether somebody's been relying on you, or take this as it resonates, but it really feels like you've been in this place where there's been this unequal or unbalanced exchange of energy, and now you're in this place of going, no, I'm going to focus on me and what it is that I want, and what it is that I desire, and I'm going to move forward, and I can do this on my own. All right, it's relying on your own energy, your own resources, your own intellect, doing that physical work to make your dream or your manifestation come forth. All right, let's get some clarification and see what is coming forth. Clarification for Virgo. Maybe some of you are thinking about moving out, moving into a new place, or, maybe some of you are leaving your parents' home, or, maybe you've had roommates. It's time to move out on your own, whatever it is. I for some reason, I got that might resonate with some of you. Again, it may not resonate with everybody. Or maybe, you've been in some sort of relationship where somebody's been really helping you, but you feel either like you've been taking advantage or somebody's been taking advantage of you in some way. All right, especially with that seven of swords coming through, and it really feels like it's time now to be independent. It's time now to move forward. It's time now to motivate yourself to let go of energies that are like those cords that are no longer necessary, whether that energy is coming from people, places, situations, whatever it is. It could be even for some of you starting a new business or starting a new adventure on the career path in some way. All right, so again, let's get some clarification and see what's coming in. Clarification from Spirit. Lady of the Mirror, reflection and non-judgment. Yeah, so I really feel like it's time to, take a look at yourself. All right, look at your own resources. Look at your own capabilities and abilities that you can use to move forward, to have that, stronger independence. Don't be judgmental towards other people or even yourself as you take this next leap. Again, especially if there's been an unbalance of energies in some way, a lot of times we can be judgmental. All right, let's say we needed help with something. All right. And somebody's given us, that help that was required at that time. We tend to sort of hold this hierarchy towards them. It's like, I couldn't have done this without you, or I couldn't have done this without this help. And that may be possibly true, but that also doesn't mean that we have to let go of our own capabilities or our own resources or something like that. Not very many people are going to carry us through from start to finish. So it really feels like, you might be passing judgment towards your own, the things that you brought to the table. All right, especially if there's somebody within your life that's sort of holding a judgment upon you. It's time to let go of, cords and ties that are no longer serving you. It's time to look at your own reflection and say, look, I can take this next step. We have the diamond dreamer, material wealth and true prosperity. I feel like, again, that King of Wands, he knows what he wants, and it's time to take that step forward. Time to take that step forward towards a true prosperity in some way. And I feel like the resources will come to you, but they're not going to be the type of resources that are going to hold you in place and have this element of that Seven of Swords, you know, where the energy is unbalanced, right? Or where you have a loss of peace of mind or personal freedom. A lot of times when we take resources, you know, from people, it can leave us in this place of not feeling personally free. It's kind of like, you know, being tied to a particular payment or whatever, you know, that holds us and binds us for a long period of time. I feel like Spirit is saying, look at, you know what, don't, you know, just use your your own resources to move forward. All right. The answer will come to you by not being judgmental with yourself. All right. Look at what you can do. Look at what you've already accomplished. Be proud of that. Move forward. The King of Wands is a very proud energy. All right. He's a very resourceful energy. And again, he knows what he wants and he takes those steps towards it. We have the resting tree, patience and stillness. So you may have to have patience towards a situation. All right. But I also feel here too is with that stillness, it's really talking about being still within the mind. Again, you know, letting go of criticism, letting go of judgment. Take a true hard look at your reflection. What is it that you can do? What is it that you can bring forth? How are you, you know, in your own way creative? What is it that you want to begin or start or, you know, create from your own mind? Is this something, you know, resourceful that you can do? And I really feel like Spirit is saying to you, this is time to take that step forward. It is time to bring about your own true creation of whatever it is at this point. So let's take a look into relationships and see what is coming through for you at this time. Remember that relationships do not need to be romantic. They can be friends, family, and co-workers. Just take them as they resonate with you. All right. So let's see what's coming through within relationships for Virgo. For some of you, it could be that you've already taken those next steps, those steps forward. All right. This could be a validation of past energy where Spirit is saying, good for you. You've let go of, you know, being in this place where you thought that you needed help from external resources, that strength within you all the time. And you just needed to embrace it in order to really recognize how strong you truly are. All right, let's get, the sun. Open your heart to the enormous growth ahead. Beautiful energy. And it very much resonates with that King of Wands as well, right? The King of Wands, enormous growth. It's moving forward. Again, knowing what they want, making those strides towards it, achieving what you set out to do, you know, achieving what you desire and taking those steps towards it. We also have the key, new beginnings, directions, and adventures await for those ready to I'm going to start that again. New beginnings, directions, and adventures await for those ready to let go of the past. So when you let go of the past, that's when all of this new energy comes through. Or if you're letting go again of some sort of judgment, all right? This could be judgment towards somebody else. This could be judgment towards yourself. Time to let go of that. Just because things didn't work out in the past doesn't mean that there can't be a new beginning. Sometimes those are just lessons that we needed to learn, and it's time to move forward. And we have lovers. There are two paths ahead. Be true to yourself. So I do feel, you know, for some of you, this very much could have to do with relationships, all right? Maybe you have a choice within relationships and, you know, Spirit is asking you to make that choice from your heart. Which one is truly resonating with you? I'm also getting here that for some of you, there could be a relationship, again, that you're hanging on to because of the resources of that relationship. And maybe it's time to let go of that. All right. A lot of times we stay within relationships because they bring something to the table, or we feel, or we are made to feel like we are not worthy to, to take care of ourselves or to protect ourselves or whatever it is. And I feel like this is a confirmation from spirit for some of you. I do feel that, for others of you, especially if you're seeking a relationship, I feel like spirit is really telling you here, follow your heart. Okay? Maybe what you're looking for within a relationship is more on a resource level. Okay, maybe this is why something hasn't come forward to us. A lot of times we get into this place where we say to ourselves, okay, the person has to be, making this amount of money per year. They have to drive this type of car. They have to be this particular individual. And while the general energies of those can be very important, we may say, the importance behind it may be that they have to be financially, strong for themselves. Like, they have to be a strong financial individual with themselves, meaning that, they're not, completely in debt and, all of that stuff. And that can be important. But if you're setting a number to it, if you're setting something, they have to have, $10.5 billion in the bank. Okay, that might be unrealistic. Okay, so that's what I'm getting. It really feels like for some of you, again, take a look at your own resources. And I'm also receiving here, don't let yourself bow to something that isn't going to be good for you. All right? Even if somebody is financially well off. A lot of times we'll stay within relationships because of the fact that they are bringing something to the table that we feel we can't bring ourselves. All right. And if that's in some sort of financial or material way, but yet we're still miserable, right? It's time to let go of that. It's time to move forward. Have that courage to have that new beginning, that new direction. Really listen to our heart is what I keep getting. So it feels, again, take all of this as it resonates. The whole thing of what I'm saying may not resonate with you, but as you're looking at these cards, you may think of the situation that it's completely tying into. All right? So let's get some clarification and see what is coming through from spirit. Clarification for Virgo. It just feels like this is a time to stop listening. It feels like the time to stop listening to your doubt or your self-negativity or whatever it is. Understand that you have the power within you to create whatever it is that you need, to let go of ties that are no longer necessary. Maybe possibly take a new direction in building and creating what it is that you desire. All right? Not what our parents tell us, not what our spouses tell us, not what our friends tell us. This is time to take matters into our own hands. And we have the Knight of Fire. Look at this. So we have passionate, confident, charismatic, restless events requiring immediate action. Trust your instincts. Stay focused. And it talks about a passionate relationship. So instead of going for a relationship, possibly, because we are talking about relationships here, instead of going for a relationship, that looks good on paper, go for the one that looks good within your heart. What is it you're truly desiring? Sit down, maybe write out a list. Understand that this relationship can come forth, but maybe you're too focused on the material resources rather than the emotional things that are needed for that relationship. All right? And we have the Ace of Wands. An amazing opportunity. Be bold, courageous, and optimistic. Now is the time to take action. Do what you're passionate about. Again, whether this has to do with a relationship with others or a relationship with yourself, now's the time to take that action. What is it that you truly desire? Okay? What is it you truly desire? Follow your heart. And it talks about the Page of Pentacles. Scholarly, cheerful, dependable, mischievous, time to get to work. An excellent opportunity presents itself. Happy news about your career, promotions, or scholarship, a new area of study. So this may or may not, apply in regards to, school, but it does talk about new innovations or new creativity or new, resources that may be possibly coming to you. But I feel like these are within yourself. They don't need to be external anymore. It really feels like once you go into yourself and you figure out your own personal resources, your own personal strengths and qualities, and all of those things that make you that beautiful you, that's where these new opportunities really start to present themselves, and you'll really start to see that on the physical realm, the physical plane. They're going to start showing through. But again, remember to follow your heart. The choice is within you, and what it is that you truly want and what it is that you truly desire. And once you make that decision of what it is that's making you happy, right? Letting go of the past, that's where new beginnings start to be created. All right? Open your heart. Open your heart to the enormous growth ahead. The Sun card is one of the happiest cards within the tarot deck. And I feel like it's also one of the happiest cards within this particular deck, all right? The Sun talks about rising above past circumstances, embracing pure joy. And this is what I'm getting from this reading. It's time to embrace the pure joy of yourself at this time. All right, let's get a closing message from Spirit and see what is coming through. Closing message from Spirit for Virgo. Now, I don't know this full deck, all right? So I may have to read from the book. This is one of those decks that I've had for a while. I just haven't used all of that much. So beautiful cards though, but it does talk about exposed and revealed. All right, so let's take a look and see what it has to say in regards to that. Exposed and revealed. I just have to find the page. Sorry, guys. Key concepts: healing shame, the imposter syndrome, letting go of self-condemnation, freedom and past freedom from past unresolved wounds, focusing on self-worth, the underlying beauty in rejection. So again, I really feel like for some of you, there may have been a judgment, or maybe people were judging you, or maybe you were judging yourself in some way, and it's time to let go of that. It's time to embrace who you truly are. And it talks about when you experience shame, you don't just feel that you've done something wrong. You feel like you are wrong, fundamentally flawed. Know that life loves you and the universe doesn't make junk, only magic. However, many social interactions, especially online, are steeped in distortion, unhealthy ways of expressing pain by shaming. This is why Here's the way out of this. See shame as a heart-wrenching cry for help that it is. Consider whether you could have been triggered in the outer world by unresolved issues that match all of your inner pain points. If someone is shaming you, perhaps you have triggered them. How miserable they must be to spread their energy on such toxicity. They are drinking poison, hoping you will get sick. You cannot love someone out of their shame. You can only show compassion for both them and yourself. Set a healthy boundary and refuse to fan the flames. Look upon shame as an opportunity for growth, evolution, healing, and freedom. With this in mind, can you let go of attachment to control? Admit that this emotion isn't something you have power over and surrender to a higher power. There is a sacred quality to the vulnerability inherent in admitting that you can't do this alone. When you allow yourself to be laid open in this way, you gain a beautiful new perspective. Then the healed shame has the infinite power of the divine to set you free. And I feel like this, again, we talked about, that judgmental card came in. And if somebody is judging you, or if you're judging yourself, sometimes there is that element of shame that comes through, right? And when we're in that place of shame, that can be a reflection upon ourselves or upon other people, but it's also an energy that is reflected out. And what Spirit is saying here, if somebody's trying to shame you, or if you're in a place of shaming yourself for things that you haven't accomplished, or maybe perhaps you did do something, all right, maybe you did do something to hurt somebody, or what, or maybe just somebody is, just feeling, maybe somebody is just being mean or evil towards you in some way. It's really asking you here again, go into yourself, release this energy. Don't take it as a reflection that you need to sit there in this place of shame or judgment towards yourself. It's time to release that, time to be that King of Wands and really move forward towards that true prosperity, right? You may have to spend some time within yourself with that patience and stillness card. But again, that King of Wands, he really talks about, moving forward, taking a leadership. Take leadership as to, the next step towards somebody. Take leadership as to creating your own desires and manifestations. Understand that the resources are within you. All right. So I truly hope that this has helped, Virgo. If this reading has resonated, please click like, please subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to join us on Wednesday at 6 o'clock p.m. Mountain, where we do live mini readings, and on Sunday for our live interview show at 2 o'clock p.m. Mountain. Have an amazing week. Take care and many blessings.